Привет из Дубая. С вами передача «Голубь мира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about hospitality and let's start with the definition.
When you live somewhere else from your home, for example, in the hotel, you wish to stay home away from home. And this depends not just about room decoration, not about bed and pillows. This also about mood of people who serving you. This is not about just smell. This is not about water. This is not about soap, shampoo, but this is also small talks which you will conduct with people. And there are several tricks which could be used. For example, so-called flirt. Flirt is not a flirt which is leading to the sex, but flirt is the way when you start to talk with everyone as it is your notorious friend.
And when it comes to hospitality, obviously, like what might be the areas where exactly it could be applied?
Yes, for sure, it could be in a horeca, hotels, restaurant, cafeterias, but also it could be in hospital, in dentistry, in cosmetology, and in all other places where you could serve people. For example, you order something in internet shop and it would be delivered. You would be fascinated by a courier if he is going to be hospital. For example, he will say you, hello, Maxim, how you doing? What's up? And so on. And then he will say or she, have a good day. And you will smile for a while. Yes, you are not paying for it. Maybe you even not gave tips, but anyway, you will have your mood a bit higher than before meeting with this man.
And there was one thing that you actually shared, like on one of the skills. It says that like when you leading or like managing people, you actually should learn how to serve. So obviously, something that could be definitely picked in the hospitality, like the mindset of serving people and doing it with the dignity, but yet trying to deliver some sort of like a happiness, warmth for the better benefit of your guests. So what should be not only the mindset, but like what maybe should be type of the people who actually should be in the hospitality?
It was not an easy question, and this is a very useful skill which I want to learn scholars in school of troubleshooters. But who knows if I will achieve my goal? First, you need to love people, not love like to go in with the bed with them to bed, but love. This means to have place in your heart for other people, not for everyone, but for some of them. Second, you should be very warmly interested by people. So you want to learn their stories. Everyone has a story, but not too many ears which wants to put it through. And third, if you want to be hospital, you should think about not about yourself, but about the man. When I was conducting first conference, when I was chief in Alpha Bank, I was asked a huge group of people, like 500, what do you want when you sit in the dentistry chair? You want to be visible as a pocket or a wallet with money, or you want to be treated as a person with a pain? And everyone was saying, yes, we want to be treated as a person. And I asked them, yes, but when we make calculation in our products, in our process, we always think about people, how big income we have from them. So we think about monies. When I was working in insurance companies, when I was working in investment companies, we were not saying people, we were saying papers. And for some reason, it's work good. For example, when papers has losses, it's much easier to pronounce than people has losses. But when you want to be hospital, you should think about that person. And there is a story I want you to tell. I was in Scotland with a huge group of people. There were a lot of our customers, and suddenly, like one colleague came to me and saying, "This is a very hard client. He disturbs other people. He is very rude. Can you deal something with him?" And I was thinking, okay, what could I do? But suddenly, this person, his name was Vladimir. He asked me, "Okay, I am a customer guy. I will go and I will do the thing." And suddenly, in 20 or 30 minutes, Vladimir make a friendship with this customer, take him away from the cycle, and after this client was working just with him because Vladimir was polite, warm, and quite interested.
And usually, like when we try to show our or express our hospitality, obviously it might be some sort of like a ups and downs. We also need to understand what might be the rhythm of, like the object that we're trying to interact with, or what might be the rhythm of the subject as well. So, for example, let's say like when you're eating and like you actually putting, let's say, burrito in your mouth, there might be a waiter passing by and saying like, "So how is it?" So you actually have to chew it so that you can say like, "Yes." So how what should be the approach in order to understand the rhythm and like actually ask right questions or do the right movements or do the right actions at the right time?
You should be very fast-minded, and you always should be on a rhythm. I will also tell you another story. This was on a Kazan rail station in the Moscow. I was standing with one guy whom I know for maybe 20 or 25 years, and we were standing in a very bad cafe in this railway station. And suddenly I asked him, "Oh, I read that they have a Hugarden beer. This is the only beer I drink." And I asked, "Let's have a beer." And suddenly we drink this beer, we tasted it, and I asked the girl who was serving us, "Yes, but maybe this is not a garden." And suddenly this girl with the prettiest smile answered, "Come on, guys, I see you have been in a lot of places, but maybe on all these places there was not a real garden, but we have one." And it was not a good beer, not right temperature, not the right taste, but this girl corrected everything. And another case, same dame, same guy. We were standing after this small tasting of beer. We were not happy, but smiling about this girl. And suddenly someone, I don't know how to say, in Russian we call it bomsh, people who has no place to live,
Homeless.
homeless person came to us and asked something, not for the money, but how come to some place which allocated nearby. And suddenly this man, his name was Sergey, he answered, I am happy that you ask me. And this is very funny because he was working for Marriott, and every employee of Marriott will answer you the same way in the hotel and in real life. Thank you that you asked me.
Sometimes probably all of those people, they need to go to extra mile. And as far as I know, there is a thing called like a golden key that you need to really deserve. And I encountered such person once, and it really feels like those people really attentive. They're like a very warm, and you feel like there is a like a hidden power behind of them. Like whatever you say probably might be done. Like when it comes to extra mile, like how extra this mile could be, and like whether it's really, like justified, like to going in such a long way.
When you will work with the hotels, I was working maybe for 30 years with hotels around the globe, and this is very funny. When you see some person under the desk, they are quite dignified person. They wear suit which is looking nice, and they have special face, and they have special voices, and they pronounce special speeches. But when you will work with them and will eat in canteens, hotel staff never eat the same food which would be served to the guests. They eat in canteen. The same people who prepare for guests, but with very cheap ingredients, will create another kind of food. It's not so tasty. And also all the places for the staff not so fancy. For example, you will stay in St. Regis or Ritz-Carlton or Savoy, and everything is looking with wood and gold and a lot of lights, but in the back office everything is old, dirty, gray, and cheap, low profile for monkey's job. And it's you should be switching between this like a dark world and this light world. And dignity is the right world. Saying, if you know how to serve, you will help a lot of people. You will be granted with so-called golden keys. But when you're working on the desk only and staying on the desk constantly, and a lot of people will say you greetings through the networks or through the other channels. And this sign is very small. If you don't know, you will even do not notice this. But if you will ask this person to help, you will dive in the entire world of helpness.
And my last question will be how knowing about the hospitality could help to make this world a better place.
If you create a business, you should understand that there are several areas in it. Have you been to the lectures for organizational design?
That's correct.
Do you remember this green zones, blue zones, yellow and red ones?
Stay in green.
Yes, stay in green. So if you work in green zone, you could be hospital, but in other zones, it is not so necessary. But you know, the hospitality is the exact things which would distinguish successful men in the green or blue zones and in others. In red zones and in yellow zones, there are no hospital men. And you know, it's very pity. You are giving all your heart, all your efforts to the people, but when you're turning to the company, suddenly you will realize that on the head you are smiling, but all the body not, and it's making you thinking that maybe you should change your company. But if you could, in fact, by your head all the body of the company with helpness, with dignity, with desire to help, then you will work in a lucky world.
Заражайте и озеленяйте свою компанию и своих коллег. А мы рассмотрели навык гостеприимства и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира.